DMZ is just a game mode for boomers, man. And I'm saying that in the best way possible because it's an actual mode that I feel like the sweatlords and the older gamers can come together and play and still enjoy just as much, even though maybe one's better than the other. And I'm just gonna say it because I truly do believe this, that I think DMZ mode is going to become bigger than Warzone. Yes, this is a super controversial opinion, and yes, you might call me a dum-dum for this, but I do believe it. And with over 9,000 hours in Tarkov, I can just see so many good things coming to this DMZ mode with how many developers they have. And I truly believe it's going to bring in a whole new audience that maybe stopped playing Warzone and Rebirth Island because it was just too sweaty for them. This is a perfect game mode for the older players that, you know, work a 9 to 5, they have a family, maybe they get an hour or two every 2 to 3 days to play with a bud or two. This is going to be perfect for them, right? They're going to be able to pick up this game. They're going to be able to still get, you know, quote unquote, a win by extracting. And them and their buddies are going to have laughs. They're going to be able to bullshit because it's not always super sweaty. You're just killing some AI a lot of times. And you're going to be able to have a good time. I know this is crazy, right? This is insane. We're actually going to have fun playing a video game again.
Excuse me? A baking powder?
And yes, there's a lot of issues with DMZ currently. There's a lot of things missing from it. I won't deny any of that, but it's kind of like you can see the forest through the trees, right? You can see what they're trying to do. And you know what? It's going to be really imperative the next, I would say, 6 months of them, you know, updating this game and seeing what is going to become of it. I think the next 6 months is going to be so important. And this is where they can either make it so that everyone stops playing it, or it's going to become better than Warzone, like I said, because I do feel like it's just this game mode that really reminds me of, to be honest, like Far Cry, right? Like when you come onto this game mode and you open up the map, it definitely gave me this Far Cry feel where it's like this open world adventure. You know, I can do whatever I want. It's a choose your own adventure, yet there's PvP involved. And to be honest, the PvP is there if you're really looking for it, but a lot of times it's sometimes there, sometimes not. And it's really fun when you come upon it, but you still can have fun even if you're not getting into PvP battles. And that's what I really enjoy, right? Is I really do think the majority of the player base in Call of Duty, Warzone, all that stuff is actually people that would rather have a chill session, you know, a good time than, hey, I want to sweat my balls off here. I want to slide cancel. I want to like there's a thing called G walking now, right? This is wild, right? There's a thing called G walking where you're silent when you're moving like this, and then there's also they learned how to dolphin dive across it. It's nuts. But do I understand this? Yes, I really do understand this, because back in the day when I played Halo 2, we had BXR, BXB. If you guys don't know what that was, it was like these where there are glitches to, you know, to melee faster, to reload faster, and you learn them so that you can become better. And I was super young at this point, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to win, and the only way we could win back then is my team beats your team. And that's what I truly love about this style game mode. So this style is, I would call it Extract Royale. You know, it goes by a couple of different names, but I call them Extract Royale. And what I like about it is that multiple teams can be winners. And I think that's what is really going to drive people to this game mode, right? With Warzone, there can only be one winner. If you get 4 kills, 5 kills, you feel good. Unless you become number one or first, sorry, you're a loser. You don't win, right? You still lost. Even though you got those 4 or 5 kills, you still lost. Where in an Extract Royale, you can get 2 to 3 kills, get some tasks done, and you can get out, and another team can get out, and another team can get out, and you can all be quote unquote winners. And I know it sounds dumb, but it's just a feeling of accomplishment, right? No one wants to get off from work and, you know, go online with their buddies, sweat and just, you know, can die over and over and over again and not feel some sort of feeling of accomplishment. And yes, I would say that when you win a match of Warzone, it's a way better feeling than extracting from the DMZ. But those little wins, I have to tell you, they do start piling up and they do start feeling really good. And once they build up on this game mode, which I know they're going to, extracts can start feeling like Warzone wins, right? We are missing that, you know, in Tarkov, we have certain items like a LEDX, right? A LEDX is worth a lot of money. It's like when you find this, you're like, oh crap, like, let's go. We got to get out of here. There's not that in the DMZ yet, but I'm sure there will be. Just like I think there's going to be an economy and you being able to, you know, gunsmith some of your guns that aren't just the ones in your insurance slot. There's going to be a lot of reasons to extract, and it's going to make you feel like you accomplished something, even if you just spent 5 minutes in there or 6 minutes in there. And please, I don't want anyone that does play this game competitively to think I'm picking on them, because I'm really not. I understand, right? Like, I used to be like that. I used to want to get the most kills, have that K to D, you know, be showing off that K to D a lot. And I still get like that sometimes, but I really feel like what's so good about this mode is that I can, you know, team up with a person that's like that, and I can be more chill, and we can still have enjoyment with this game mode, right? Because if a chill, you know, fun kind of like, let's just have a good time kind of person teams up with, you know, say a sweat lord in Warzone, it's probably not going to end very well. Like, let's be honest, it's probably not going to end in the sweat lord's favor, let's say, right? Like, they're looking to take the game serious, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want for people that are competitive to feel like I'm really trying to like be like, you're wrong, you shouldn't be playing this game like this. No, you can play the game any way you want. What I'm trying to get to is that this game mode kind of brings everyone together, and you can play together in your different styles and still find enjoyment and still feel like you're accomplishing something. But again, the next 6 to 12 months will decide whether or not this game is the next Plunder or the next Zombies, right? Because Zombies came out with World at War, and then it came back with, you know, Black Ops, and it just became a fan favorite. And I feel like with the next few updates that they do to DMZ, it's going to decide its fate for the future, whether or not it comes back or it just stays around like Warzone does, right? Because if it just stays shallow like it is right now and they don't do much to it, yeah, it'll be fun for, you know, a couple of months, but they really need to add to this game to really start feeling like these extracts mean something. But the number one thing that I will say that all extract style games have an issue with is cheating. And I know other games like Warzone or, you know, multiplayer games have issues with cheating, but it's not as bad as it is with extract style games. And let me explain here. With normal multiplayer games, all you're losing is the time of that match, right? So that 20 minutes or the 30 minutes that you put into, say, Warzone, or the 15-20 minutes you put into a multiplayer match, you lost that time. But with extract style games, I know it's not there yet with DMZ, but I'm sure it will, where, you know, money will start coming over, where you can start building guns and bringing your, you know, more keys in, and, you know, you're building up a kit, say, that took you a few raids to get to, right? It took you a while to get to where your guy has a big backpack, he has the 3-plate armors now, you know, you feel good. And then for all that to get wiped out in one match from a cheater, there is nothing more infuriating.
A few minutes later.
Infuriating? I don't even know how to say it, but you know what I'm saying, right? It gets you so mad, and you feel like you lost hours of time. So I really do feel like the Cycle is actually really smart with this. So if you guys don't know, the Cycle Frontier is another free-to-play game that's an extract style game. And they actually kind of, I would say, got a good grasp of how to combat these cheaters. So what they do is they do two things. One is, if that person that killed you does eventually get banned, whatever you had on you, your loadout will come back to you. So say I die from Orange Pop 216, right? And I was, I had all this, a large backpack, all this other stuff. If Orange Pop 216, gets banned, they kind of keep track of whoever they killed and what they were wearing, and then you get that back in a sort of an insurance-like system. Now, I know we don't have that system yet in DMZ, but it's kind of, I feel like, it could just go back into your inventory, or your character can spawn with some of this stuff, right? And the other thing is called, I think it's called like the trusted system, something along those lines. It's where if your Steam account is older than say a year or two and it hasn't had any VAC bans ever on it, you get put in this queue that is called a trusted server. So all these people that you're getting queued with are also trusted players that, they've had a Steam account for so long, they've never had a VAC ban. So the chances of them being a cheater is super low. And you know what? Rumor has it actually, Warzone and DMZ do something like this. Apparently, rumor has this is just a rumor right now, but if you get put into a match and you own Modern Warfare 2, you get put into matches with other people that own the game. Meaning, if you paid for the game, you're probably less likely to cheat than people that just have, the free-to-play DMZ and Warzone. Now, this isn't for sure, but I know for a fact that the cycle does this, and I think it's brilliant, right? If your Steam account or your Battle.net account, is older than 2 to 3 years, you've never been banned or anything, yeah, we should all get put into a trusted server, and that would make me feel kind of a little bit better, right? At least they're trying to do something to make it so you have a less chance of running into a cheater. Now, this game isn't perfect. I know that, but I'm really, really enjoying my time with it, and I really hope you are too. And I'm going to be making a lot more videos for DMZ, so if you are enjoying this content, subscribe to the channel. It's free for you guys. It does mean the world to me. I just want to say thank you. I just wanted to do a rambling video. I have a couple more left in me because I know I really want to review the game, kind of like talk about it, compare it to Tarkov, because the community was so rah and then so negative. Like it took like 24 hours. It was crazy, but I have a lot of videos left in me. I want to do guides. I'm just really enjoying myself. It's a nice change of pace where it's probably the first game in a long time where I'm like kind of like a kid on Christmas, where I'm like, all I want to do is play the game. I'm having fun, and that's, I would say, the best feeling. So thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Again, subscribe if you can, and until next time, I'll talk to everyone later.